So today we carry on reading about idolatry and sacrifices, and the opening verse is a really strong one, which says, "Therefore, my dear friends, flee from idolatry." And then Paul goes on, and he's talking first of all about the Lord's Supper, and then briefly about a type of Jewish covenantal meal, and then lastly he's talking about pagan rituals that would have been celebrated in temples where there would be meals celebrated, and the food would be dedicated to gods. And what he's saying is not that there are other gods, which is one of the things we've touched on earlier, but actually sometimes this food has been almost devoted to that which is not God, to the demonic and everything that is opposed to who God is. And he's saying don't participate in these things that are directly opposed to God and to God's character. Do you want to arouse his jealousy? And that principle, although today we won't find ourselves often in a meal where it's been dedicated to an idol or another deity, that principle of choosing not to participate in something that is opposed to God's character, something that goes against who he is something we have to be very wary of. And I think, although we don't want to, we definitely want to do the opposite of retreating into any sort of Christian ghetto where we're not really in touch with the world around us, we do also have to be wise, and we have to limit, I think, in some areas, the things that we engage with, the things that we watch, the things that we listen to, because they're just not good for us. And I know for my own character, I often think about it like I have like a white horse and a dark horse inside me, and there's a race and a battle to see which one's going to win, and whichever one wins is effectively the one that I feed. So if I feed the white horse, then that one runs faster. If I feed the dark horse, that one does. And I have a light nature and a dark nature in the same way. And if I feed the dark nature, the things that are evil in me, the sin that's in me, then that tends to grow and get more of a hold on my heart. And so whatever you're watching, think about it. Think about the effect it's having on you. Whatever you're listening to, again, don't just listen without thinking through what are the implications of the things that I'm immersing my mind and my whole being in, really. And then the next little bit, there's so much in this, but there's just one thing I would say. No one should seek their own good, but the good of others. Today, however you go about today, go about seeking the good of others. The temptation is always to go about seeking our own benefits and our own good. Put other people first. Seek their good. What would that look like in a practical way as you go about your day today?